The rise of social media stars in India has led to creators tapping new income streams. CNBC's Make It reporter Ernestine Su is here to tell us more. Ernestine, you've been taking a deep dive into this sector.
Yes, absolutely. Hi, Dan. Good morning. So India's social media stars are no longer just entertainers. They're also shaping purchase decisions. Actually, many of them are leveraging their existing brands and their followings online to build direct-to-consumer businesses. Now, I'm talking anything from clothing companies to makeup to fitness. You name it, they're doing it. While this trend isn't as new in the West, it has made its way over to India in recent years. In fact, the ecosystem is projected to drive more than $1 trillion in creator influence consumption by 2030. This is according to a recent BCG report. Let's take a closer look. 24-year-old Preeti Sarkar's influencer journey began in India's eastern state of Kolkata with a simple setup, a camera balanced on a bucket. After years of creating videos on skincare and fashion, she dropped the filters and started showing her true self.
But one day I just decided, what if I just take my mask down and I just show people what I actually am? So I just started making videos without makeup, without any filter, just kept my phone in my hand and just started talking. And that became my brand. My identity is very authentic.
Her authenticity resonating with viewers, Preeti now has over 1.6 million followers on Instagram and YouTube. And she's leveraging that fan base to launch Preeti Zen, her own clothing brand, where her followers, no matter their height, skin tone, or background, are her models.
We made the brand a community-driven brand. Like 60,000 people reached out to me. I was getting calls. It was crazy.
Preeti's story is part of a larger trend. Many influencers in India are turning into founders, leveraging their existing fan bases to build direct-to-consumer businesses. A recent Boston Consulting Group report shows over 2 million monetized creators now influence more than $350 billion in consumer spending in India.
It's a very recent trend for the influencers. Historically, we've seen successful entrepreneurs in India who have become influencers and not the other way. Brands have also realized that authentic and transparent influencer engagement is quite, it benefits the brand significantly.
This shift comes as India's digital landscape expands rapidly. With over 650 million smartphone users and soaring data usage, more people than ever are online, creating new opportunities for influencers to turn their followers into their customers.
So influencers have grown subsequently, and as their paychecks increase, as their wallet size increases, they are obviously looking at what are the other avenues of monetization beyond just the content on a YouTube or Instagram.
For India's new wave of entrepreneurs, influence isn't just about likes anymore. It's about building brands, communities, and lasting impact. Now, isn't that wonderful? I think it's so great that a little girl today in India can look at Preeti and say, wow, she's only 24 and she's built a clothing brand already. I also want to do that. I think that's what some of these influencers have done so well is they're sharing their journey online. They're bringing people into their lives in such an authentic way. And I think that this really is super valuable when it comes to brands, not just that, but also in building their own brands. Because I think today polish is not as interesting, especially when it comes to the younger generations. They really care about realness. They care about what am I actually putting my money towards? Who am I actually supporting? So I think that these influencers, the ones who are doing really well today, understand that.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. And it is really inspiring, in fact, to see a young woman doing so well and also really bringing authenticity to her market. Also an interesting case of finding a product market fit because she's done a fabulous job of building that market, finding her audience. Now she's developing a product to try and meet the demand there. So Ernestine, just expand on this for us a little bit more. When did this trend first start to pick up in popularity and why do you think it's happening now?
Absolutely, Dan. So I think based on conversations I've had with experts, this trend really picked up in the last 2 years or so, and that's due to a few different factors. For one, India's digital landscape has expanded rapidly. Smartphones and data are just so much more affordable and accessible today, and as a result, data consumption has skyrocketed. In addition to that, I think incomes have also risen in India. And overall, a recent BCG report shows that data usage in India has grown from about 12 gigabytes in a month in the 2020 fiscal year to about 27 gigabytes in a month in the 2024 fiscal year. In addition to that, I think that COVID has given a big boost to the influencer marketing industry in India. Everyone was on their phones during the pandemic. That was really the only way to communicate. And of course, this has just come by way of supply and demand. With more eyeballs online, influencers are making more money. And of course, with bigger pockets, they're also looking for ways to diversify their income. And what better way to do so than to start their own businesses?
Exactly. I think we can expect much, much more from this space. It's going to be really, really interesting to watch. Ernestine, thank you for bringing us that really inspiring report. That was great to watch. Appreciate it.